You're tuned in to the only all-sports talk network in the Middle East, IsraelSportsRadio.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Schutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248, or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
From the ACI studios in downtown Talpiot, Jerusalem, it's Louis Live. And here's your host, me, Ari Louis. Good evening, Yom Tov, Boker Tov, Boker Bayim, Maimim, Shamim, Shavah, whatever. A whole bunch of words, doesn't matter. You're on with me, Ari Louis, Louis Live, coming at you Sunday night. It is the beginning of the week here in Israel. We got a jam-packed week full of great guests. It would take a long time to say all the guests. I'm going to do it anyways. Today's show, we're going to have the wrestling guys, Yossi the Bus Friedman, and Akiva Brinit Murgia, also known as Akiva Right On Murgia and Akiva AM Murgia. So we'll see which one of the Akivas is coming in tonight to do the show here in the office, in the studio. Then we're going to have later on in the 11 o'clock hour, Jeremy Last, the former editor of the Jerusalem Post, still writes a column called The Last Word. And 11:35, we're going to have Dave Flagger. Dave Flagger is very well known in this community. He does a little of everything. He's got a great show Tuesday nights, so we'll talk to Dave. Monday night, tomorrow night is the netball girls. Hopefully. We've confirmed last week, but I've been trying to get in touch with some of the netball girls. They're busy. They're practicing their netball. Shooting hoops and playing defense and running around and trying to guard and do all this kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll get them in studio. That'll be a lot of fun. Pretty girls in sports. I mean, it's not that much. Doesn't get that much better than that. Doesn't get much better than that. So hopefully we'll get them in. That's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to that. That's tomorrow night in studio, so everyone should tune in. Then Tuesday night, working on some stuff. Sent out some messages to Mitchell Bard, Jasmine Marcus should be on this week. Maximum Mike, Andrea Simitov, and of course the great Jim Williams, and much, much more here on Louis Live. And next week is IFL week. Really, really looking forward to that. We're going to have all IFL stars. I'm even going to ask Jim Williams an IFL question just for the fun of it. That's next week, so our rating should skyrocket. And that's going to be really cool. Here on Facebook, I'm trying to see if the netball girl will respond. I forgot her name. I know this is really good radio, but I just typed in netball girl. That didn't come up anywhere. Well, that's not really going anywhere, is it? I forgot her name. I'm going to get this in 1 minute. I'll figure it out. Okay, I'll tell you. Why don't I talk sports and I'll figure it out in the break. Okay, let's go to CC Sabathia. He wins again. The Yankees beat the Blue Jays 4-1. Sabathia winning his 7th straight. He's on fire. He's the first 14-game winner in the majors. Funny that CC originally did not make the All-Star game. Remember, he went down to Phoenix to play because of an injury. Now, this has happened from time to time that a player has not been selected originally to make the All-Star team or did not play in the All-Star game at all and would go on to potentially win the Cy Young, be a Cy Young candidate. Same thing by the MVP. Frank Thomas in 2000, I believe, did not make the All-Star game, 3rd place in the MVP voting. Hank Greenberg didn't make the All-Star game the year he broke the RBI record, I believe in 39. So there's weird stuff that happens with the All-Star voting. You kind of look at history and it kind of sticks out, and you say, hey, what were they thinking then? Who was in charge of picking those guys? Why didn't they pick this guy or that guy? It happens even in modern time. And Ron Washington's an excellent manager of the Texas Rangers and neglected to pick CeCe on the first try, had to wait to an injury. But CeCe's making them eat their words. Could have won the Cy Young last year. Felix, I think, was the right guy to win it. I wouldn't have had a problem with CeCe winning it with being in the 20-plus win department. Fully expecting Sabathia to win with that big New York market and all their voters. He came in 2nd place. This could be his year. Very, very much so. To not win for a week, and that's what it felt like because we hadn't played for a few days. You need to win, manager Joe Girardi said. CeCe went out and got one for us. CeCe's their horse, too. I'll get into CC stats in a minute to make a case that he is the Cy Young winner. Derek Jeter, the dreamy Derek, got 2 hits. Matched Al Kaline at 26th place for baseball's career hit list. He's at 3,007. Probably by the end of the year he'll be in the top 20. I would imagine so. I can't, you don't know what's going to happen if he gets an injury and so on. But in any case, Derek Jeter's on a roll and trying to make up for that little PR mess he made by not playing the All-Star game. And the great Jim Williams said it right on. Well, he quoted Willie Mays, but he still said it. Hey, it's not jury duty. You're picked, you go. And I agree with that 100%. I mean, this is, it's an honor. It's an absolute honor to make it to the All-Star game. And, it was disappointing. Mental fatigue. Hey, look, you don't have to play, really. You could go up, take in a bat, play 1 inning. It's not such a complicated thing to do it. And yes, no, I'm not a professional ball player. Okay, Karl Malone made a living out of that. Karl Malone would be elected to the All-Star game, would go and play a few minutes. So there's not such a problem with going. And look, he should have played. Play an inning. Play an inning. That's all I'm asking for you. Okay, to give Derek's numbers here, 3,007 tied Al Kaline, like I mentioned, 3 hits away from Wade Boggs, 13 from Palmeiro. Okay, you see where this is going. He's not that far off for cracking in the top 20. Now, realistically, again, there's a long season to go. I'm pretty sure that he can pass Craig Biggio. Biggio's at 3,060. That's 53 hits away. I know Derek has not been batting that well this season, but 53 hits I think is more than reasonable to ask. The next guy, Dave Winfield, 3,110. So it'll be a little more difficult to pass him. But Biggio is within Derek's grasp. So Derek right now, again, he was the 28th player all time to do it. Now he's 27. Pretty soon, 26, 25, 24, 25, 23, 22. Should be 20 or 21. I graduated from ASU, so counting is hard. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Should be number 20 by end of season. And from there, who knows? He's one of the younger players to get 3,000 hits. Is Pete Rose there? Is there a chance for Pete Rose? Not really. Derek's 37. He's 1,000 hits plus away from Pete Rose. Charlie Hustle didn't cheat while he got those hits, and he's still number 1, and that's just the way it is. Pete Rose, 4,256 career hits, absolutely amazing. Career average 303, lower than Derek's. Derek's at 312. So that's the way it is. At 37, he's not going to catch him. I mean, basically, if he got 200 hits for 5 years, he wouldn't catch him, and Derek's not getting 200 hits a season anymore, and if he did, he had to play till he's 42. So that's not going to happen. Will not happen. I think he can shoot for the top 10, believe it or not. He's got 2.5 years left on his deal. Eddie Collins is there. Eddie Collins is there. He's about 250 hits away from Eddie Collins after this season. If he passes Biggio, two seasons of 125 can be done. So he can be in the top 10 all time. That's pretty significant. So for those Derek Jeter haters, I mean, to hate on a guy in the top 10 of hits all time, pretty significant. If he goes a little higher, he can get Paul Mahler. Really, he could crack 9. He's not going past. I doubt he's going past Honus Wagner. But if he played another year, and he might want to do this, very easily could get number 6. Easily, you could pass Carl Yastrzemski. He's about 400 hits away from Yaz. So that could be done if he played another season after this contract. I think he'll be just short if he plays the 2.5 years left in this deal and then retires. Plays another year, he'll pass Yaz. And could pass Tris Speaker. I mean, he can climb up there. He's not going past Musial. Musial's at 360, 3,630. He's not going past there. Could hit 5. Interesting to think about there. Okay, let's move on. We got a lot of... Oh, excuse me. I want to go back to CC's stats just to show you how impressive CC is and what he's doing. Now, CC right now, 14 wins, like I mentioned. First 14 game winner in the major leagues. That's 2 ahead of Verlander and Weaver. And, again, I'm a big innings guy. You know that to me. It's a big part of picking who should win the Cy Young. Verlander's still ahead by 4 more innings. You know, Verlander is still, in my opinion, the Cy Young winner, but CC is right there. If it wasn't for Justin Verlander, I would give it to CC. The ERA 269, that is right. 264. That's 6. So there's 5 guys, obviously a better ERA, but the innings, magnificent. 153.2. And the 14 wins. And playing in New York in that environment, that media, that hype, where every game feels like a game in the World Series, and they're in a pennant race, that's enough for me. I wouldn't give it to Gio Gonzalez or James Shields or Josh Beckett. Weaver would have a case, but Josh Beckett, only 94 Ks. And I'm a big K guy, too, because it gives your defense more of a rest, less likely for errors, and CC's 4th in Ks. James Shields, you know what? I shouldn't be as hard. The problem with James Shields, he's 8-8. 7 complete games, 3 shutouts. I mean, but he's with Tampa Bay, so he's on a good team. But that's just a killer, the 8-8. It's kind of like the Felix Hernandez of last year. Felix Hernandez, speaking of him, also 8-8. Funny enough. James Shields will have some votes because of the 7 complete games and the 3 shutouts, but Justin Verlander has 1 less shutout, 3 less complete games, more Ks, and is 12-5. And a big part of Detroit's success. You know, Detroit is 1 game behind the Central. To me, that matters in the Cy Young. It certainly matters in the Cy Young. You're helping your team win. You're playing in games that matter, pennant races, all that good stuff. Tampa Bay 6 games out of the American League East. Yes, they're playing in the toughest division in baseball. The 50 wins will put them first in the Central, in the American League, first in the Central, the National League. But, hey, that's the way it is. So, Verlander right now is my choice. CC right there. I'd say CC is second, and the gentleman who's 8-8, James Shields, because of the 7 complete games. All right, let's move on now to James Harrison. He apologized for some of the comments he made. He said a lot of dumb stuff last week. Talked about how he hated the commissioner, not Uriel Stern, but the one Roger Goodell. Called him a dictator, said he hated him so much that if he was burned on fire, he wouldn't piss to take out the fire. That's pretty mean. Criticized Ben Roethlisberger. This is the best part about this. He called Rashad Mendenhall a fumble machine and then said Ben Roethlisberger was trying to pass too much to be like Peyton Manning should hand the ball off. Again, that does make a lot of sense. Harrison, quote, I didn't make comments about my teammates when I was talking about the emotional Super Bowl loss, but the handful of words that were used and heavily publicized yesterday were pulled out of a long conversation and the context was lost. The context was lost. Hey, hey, Ben, stop trying to be like Peyton Manning just because you get paid to be like Peyton Manning. Just because you get paid like Peyton Manning doesn't mean you should act like him. Hand the ball off. Whatever. Fumble machine. That was taken out of context. Obviously, I would never say that it was all Ben's or Rashard's fault that we lost the Super Bowl. That would be ridiculous. Both Ben and Rashard are great players and great teammates. Okay? They're great fumble machines. And they're great guys who pass too much. Harrison's harshest words in the article were aimed at Goodell, whom he called a crook and a devil. He also said in the article of Goodell, I hate him and never will respect him. Harrison did not mention those insults in the apology, but did say the anti-gay slur directed at the commissioner was not intended to be derogatory against gay people in any way. No, just against Goodell. Very good, James. It was careless use of a slang word, and I apologize to all who were offended by the remark. I am not a homophobic bigot. I would never advocate intolerance of gay people. Sure. Harrison was one of the most vocal critics of the NFL's crackdown last season of hits. Okay. He also went in there that Defensive Player of the Year award of 2008 went to this whole thing about they were harder on blacks and whites. Bunch of weird stuff. Okay, let's take a commercial break. We're going to go to Jerome Williams. To me, this is a huge story in the NBA. We'll take a commercial break and be back after this.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruven from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434, or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midreshet Devora, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midreshetdevora.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midreshet Devora, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJing parties throughout Israel, birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
All right, back here on Louis Live on IsraelSportsRadio.com. A few more minutes before we go to the wrestling, guys. I want to talk about Jerome Williams saying on Twitter that he has signed in Turkey, that he signed with the Besiktas. That's the closest I'll get that right, and I'm not interested in really changing up the pronunciation. We'll call it Besiktas. Whatever. Anyway, he posted a picture of Friday's agreement. He's really trying to prove that he signed with Turkey. He's probably a little insecure about it. He thinks that people out there don't believe him, so he put up the picture of the agreement. Williams said on Twitter, just made it official, headed to Turkey, signed with the Besiktas. Williams, pretty good ball player in the NBA, 20.1 points and 10.3 assists with the Nets and the Jazz last year. This is a good point guard. A good point guard. Not Steve Nash caliber, not Chris Paul caliber. Under there, top five. Top five about that. I mean, there's not much more to argue there. I mean, he's in the top 5 point guards in the NBA, and he just signed in Turkey with the team name I cannot pronounce, the Besiktas. This is a huge event. It's going to have domino reactions throughout the NBA. It really, really will. If the top 5 point guard is going to play Turkey, you got more and more players go, and bigger stars go. And I find it fascinating. I just find it fascinating. I love this idea of Jerome playing for a few months. They call him back to the NBA, and Turkey gives them a stand ovation because they're happy they saw an NBA player in person. But this is huge. The players don't want to give in on this. So the problem is the owners are not giving in, and the players are saying we'll just go somewhere else. We'll take our talents to Turkey. Is what Jerome is saying there. And again, big deal here. I mean, I'm not sure what's going to happen to the NBA after this. I'm not sure what is the goal or what they want to do exactly. But the NBA is really going to shoot themselves in the foot. I would, if I was the players, I would just keep using this as an advantage. The very fact, sorry, I'm just texting the wrestling guys. They keep raining. They want to come in, and we have to wait. So, anyway. Okay. Sorry, everybody. You have to understand that these players should do this from a player's perspective. I'm not talking about from a fan's perspective. From a fan's perspective, this is one of the last things I want to see. Because it's more likely the lockout's going to take out the whole season. That's what Charles Barkley says. Charles has said a lot of stupid things in his life. I think he got that right. And this is a big, big sign that Charles is right. Charles is in charge of being right here. Daron, by going to Turkey again, more players are going to go. And look, players don't need the NBA. So Daron's going to make about $5 million here in Turkey. He'll be worshipped like a god. The NBA is not there. He doesn't need to go there. And ironically, David Stern's going to get his wish. He wanted to make the league more European. Well, it's become more European, just not with the NBA approval. Owners need to just give in on this. The owners will lose this. The owners, 23 of the owners are claiming that they're losing money. Show the books. I would love to see the books on that. How arenas that are filled to capacity and all the endorsements of TV and T-shirts being sold, jerseys being sold, concessions, parking. Maybe you're doing something wrong outside of the players making a lot of money. You just might have to kind of face that. Yes, the average salary in the NBA is I think higher than any other sport. Okay, don't sign stupid contracts. Don't sign stupid contracts. Don't pay Allen Houston $20 million a year. Well, he was injured. Yeah, but even when he was good, he wasn't worth $20 million. In that market, he's worth about $7 million. There's a lot of obscene contracts in the NBA. Eric Dampier got over $10 million. Okay? Eric Dampier. There's bad contracts in the NBA. Bad contracts. The owners should take some responsibility and stop signing out those bad contracts. Well, someone else will sign them. Let them do it. And let them have their business sink. Let them be one of the, quote, 23 owners. There's 7 owners that somehow got it right. What are they doing differently? They're the bigger market. The Knicks, that's the biggest market in the United States, and they were in disaster. It's not always a bigger market. Yes, it gives you advantage, but you can screw that up, as seen by the New York Knicks. Those that want to argue David Stern is into conspiracies and a big Los Angeles, New York thing have to realize that the Knicks have not won a title since 1973. They've been in the finals twice since then, 94 and 99, respectively. In a 38-year span, they've been to the NBA Finals twice. It's not a conspiracy. Some organizations just don't run themselves well, and some organizations run themselves well. And that's what it is, and these NBA teams are not going to run themselves well if they keep letting their players go to Europe. Cave in, it's not a bluff. These players are going to keep going to Europe. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, the wrestling guys. Yes, the Bus Freeman and Kiva A.M. Murgia here on Lewis Live. Back after this.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in Fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 759-7280. Or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Connie is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Connie can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Connie has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email connie@netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.conniesgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Schutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248 or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434 or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midreshet Devora, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midreshetdevora.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midreshet Devora, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJing parties throughout Israel, birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Welcome everyone to the Wrestling Breakdown. I'm Akiva Murgia,
Yes, the Bus Friedman.
and it's really good to be here again this week.
Yeah, we got some stuff going on.
Ari, thank you for having us again.
We got the Wrestling Breakdown show here. You know, we got the pay-per-view Money in the Bank tonight, the second annual Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We got some big matches, you know. I mean, we have a rematch up in here. We got Christian Orton, you know, Big Show Henry. We've seen a couple times, I guess, over the past 10, 15 years. We got Kelly against another one of those Bellas again. We got a couple Money in the Bank matches, some newcomers, some old stayers. I guess you'd call them veterans in the wrestling world. But, yeah, I mean, we're not going to focus too much on Raw and SmackDown. We're sort of going to just go over the card, and we'll tell you what we think, our opinions, and like retrace sort of Raw and SmackDown based on what the card is, you know? I mean, obviously there were a couple stuff that wasn't on the card, you know? You had the Intercontinental title match between Ezekiel Jackson and Ted DiBiase.
I want to tell you, I know this is kind of a religious moment here, but on my way here, I saw this person got hit by a car, and the person was totally knocked out on the floor. So it made me think, you know, we have to be happy just to be alive. You know, sometimes we have, like, you know, all kinds of problems. Everybody has their own problems, but just we need to be happy. So I'm feeling good today, you know.
And with that, with the help of the Lord above, CM Punk will win the WWE Championship, and we will be rid of John Cena for at least a short period of time.
I hope you still have more prayers, you know, that'll be listened to.
Hopefully, that's important enough to get an answer from up above. So,
are you really rooting for CM Punk, or you just don't want Cena to win anymore? Because I'm sick of Cena winning. I would see, you know, anybody win.
Well, I mentioned in our Facebook group, Wrestling Breakdown Show on Facebook, that I would be willing to trade everyone for CM Punk. Cena, Orton, Jackson, Barrett, you name it, except maybe Daniel Bryan. You know, I'd be willing to give up almost anyone to have CM Punk stay in the WWE.
You became a big Daniel Bryan fan all of a sudden?
No, I just think it would be a hell of a matchup having Daniel Bryan against CM Punk, and I want to see it, so I don't want to get rid of Bryan until I have the chance to see that matchup.
But don't you really think that Cena is a better wrestler, though? Just, you know, put politics aside, like Cena's bigger, and do you not think he's a better wrestler than CM Punk?
I think Cena is a better brawler, more like specifically, but skill-wise, I don't think there's that many people in the world that can match up against CM Punk. He can just hit you with any part of his body and hurt you, and that's something that he can do that not many people can do. I think Vladimir Kozlov can do that, but, you know, we see what happened to him. So hopefully CM Punk's talent won't be wasted, and we'll get to see him for many years to come in a WWE ring.
Yeah, hopefully his contract was extended. I mean, that's still a possibility, right?
Of course.
Wasn't his contract actually supposed to end in September? I think that originally I heard that it was supposed to end in September, not in July.
I heard August. I mean, they bump around a lot of numbers. I thought his last match would be at SummerSlam, but according to them, his contract expires tonight at 12 o'clock. So let's hope they can work something out.
Well, they were very smart to do it in Chicago. That's the city. The people go crazy there. They go crazy for everyone anyway, but especially for CM Punk.
Except for John Cena.
That's my city. That's my city. That's where I come from.
Of course, John Cena, they don't go crazy for anywhere. But
no, not even in his hometown in Boston last week.
Oh, that was beautiful. The booze just made me feel so happy. The WWE just tries shoving him down our throats, and even in his hometown, he can't get a good cheer.
At this point, they got to be doing it on purpose, though.
What?
Just to shove Cena down our throats so much.
You heard some of the remarks he made on Monday night. You know, I mean, he turned against Vince McMahon to some extent. He was that this week or last week. He just went off on Vince McMahon saying some really not such nice things, and I think I was hoping for a Cena heel turn. I mean, we can't always get what we want, but we can always hope, and hope that our prayers will be answered. I mean, CM Punk, I don't want him to turn face, but I think that's probably what's going to happen, just because the whole Nexus thing, boring. The whole him being a bad guy, you know, he was sort of like a good guy, you know. He had that whole gimmick with Straight Edge, where you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't do drugs and everything, and they make him into a bad guy. Like, what is that? oh, you want your kids to drink and do drugs? That's why CM Punk should be portrayed as a bad guy. I think he is a very good guy with a good image, and I think that him turning face will be very beneficial to the company. And I think Cena turning heel, as much as it might hurt some people, I think they'll be able to get back a lot of the audience they lost out on that left watching the WWE because of its PG product and because it's gotten very kid-friendly over the years.
But it wouldn't be the first time that Cena would be a heel.
It would be the second time.
I mean, he was a heel and he was very popular.
At the beginning of his career, but since then, he's been doing the same thing for 7 years or something.
But originally he was a face, right, when he came in? And then he turned a heel?
But it was very borderline. Like, it was very questionable whether he was a face or a heel because he faced guys, I think, that like Kurt Angle that was a heel. And he faced, I think, when he faced other guys, he was sort of a heel against, like, when The Undertaker was a face, you know. He faced different guys, so he was very switching on and off. But I think his total character was supposed to be a heel, you know, picking on these huge guys that are, like, hugely famous and just taking them to the limit. I mean, we got a pretty, I just want to go back to SmackDown just because it's fresh in my mind, and I just saw it like a few hours ago.
You just saw it a few hours ago?
I didn't have time to watch it last night.
I always watch it Motei Shabbat.
I just didn't have time, and
I make time, man.
Okay.
That's how important it is to me.
Well, I had time today, so as long as I watch it before the show, I don't get in trouble over here. But we had a series of promos, you know, of Christian and Orton. The first one was pretty entertaining, you know, Christian sort of dissing Orton's family and lineage, saying that his father basically faked an injury, you know, wearing a cast for 7 years, and he got into the Hall of Fame, and he didn't even win the World Championship. A lot of guys have been saying that over the years, that there are guys in the Hall of Fame that haven't won world titles that are there. Guys like Roddy Piper, I think Ricky Steamboat. A lot of guys just haven't had the opportunity, and I think that's because if you look at today, you have 2 world championships, not to mention Money in the Bank, on 2 Money in the Banks now, not just 1. So that means there's 4 different opportunities to like get world title shots at a pay-per-view of whichever one they choose to cash in.
But how do you compare them? I think Ricky the Dragon Steamboat deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Cowboy Bob Orton was he's a whole different, you know, case.
Well, that's exactly why.
He just stood next to Roddy Piper and did nothing. He was like basically a bodyguard.
But that's exactly what he was saying, Christian, that Bob Orton was such a joke, and the only reason he made the Hall of Fame was because they wanted to look good in Randy Orton's eyes. And it was a very on and off, you know, that he said this, and then Orton said this, and Orton said some things that I'm not sure I'm allowed to say on air, but he basically dissed Christian, saying that the only accomplishment he's had in his career, let's forget that he won all those, 7, 8, 9 tag titles? Let's just forget about that and say that the only accomplishment he has, that Orton says, was that his best friend helped him win the world title and only being able to hold on to it for a mere 5 days. I mean, we had some other stuff with Christian, you know, finding Orton's bus all graffitied up.
No, it's just we don't know who did it.
No, he found it. I didn't say he did it. I said he found it graffitied. Oh, yeah. And he said he would get to the bottom of it. And then we had another...
you know what's funny on the bus is it also said Teddy Long is like an idiot or something.
Equals moron.
Yeah, that was funny.
I don't know why everybody's hating. I mean, I don't like Teddy personally. He sort of annoys me, and I hate that he's a face. I love when general managers are heels and pushing the faces around. Or I just like someone that has power, like Stephanie McMahon or Shane McMahon, that when they were general managers, they were in charge. They weren't jokes. They weren't pushed around. But I like a strong GM, and heels tend to be strong GMs.
So I don't know what Teddy Long does. He just comes out and he
gambles a lot. Every single week we catch him on the phone gambling, putting bets on horses. I don't know what's wrong with that guy.
He says play all the time. Other than that, what does he do? He sets up the triple threat matches all the time.
Oh, yeah, he loves the triple threat matches. But, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of... I don't want to spend my time talking about a guy that doesn't really matter to us in the WWE because they don't make him matter. So, well, I think we should leave Teddy alone and let him
gamble,
sit in his corner, you know, doing nothing and wasting our TV time on other guys, you know. Oh, maybe we could get an extra 2 minutes on our Sin Cara match if we didn't have to hear Teddy mumbling off. But we had a couple other promos, like Christian found Orton's wallet and bet away a lot of his money, and I mean there were a lot of promos by Christian. I guess they wanted to make him look like he got the upper hand, but we saw at the end of the night what happened, right? Orton got the upper hand, sending a message through Kane, hitting him numerous times on the back with a steel chair to send a message to Christian.
But I think overall, like Christian, he did better the whole night with his promos. He blew out, like Randy Orton's not so good on the mic, I think. Except he acts a little crazy in that, and like people love it, but I don't know why. But Christian has way better mic skills, way better promo skills. You can't compare them.
So who do you think is going to win this Sunday between Orton and
maybe
Christian?
they're making Randy Orton popular to do Cowboy Bob Orton a favor. I was thinking about that.
Who do you think is going to win on Sunday?
You mean tonight?
Tonight, Orton against Christian.
Christian.
Who do you want to win? You want Christian?
Christian, yeah.
I think all of us have just gotten a little sick of this good, friendly Randy Orton, and I think I thought that he would be the one to turn heel. I didn't think it would be Christian. Clearly, Christian is much better on the mic than Orton, and I think that comes with 15 years of experience and being the top star in numerous amounts of a couple of different companies, and that's really benefited his career. Whereas Orton has been around, but he was part of groups like Evolution and Legacy, where he wasn't only the sole member, talking on the mic. So he hasn't had that much time to work on his craft.
I never saw the big deal with Orton, even if he was a heel and then now he turned the face. I never saw his appeal. I never understood why people like him.
Well, at the beginning, when he first came in, I was very entertained by what Orton did. He came in with that sort of spiked hair, sort of similar to the Miz's attitude.
Oh, he was the legend killer.
Yeah, he came in, he just started taking out guys like Foley and Taker, and he didn't take out Taker, but he went against Taker and Hell in a Cell match, and he went against Hogan, and he was just very entertaining because he would go after the top guys, and he knew that he was something special, and he knew that he was that good. And when he won his first world title, I remember it was just such a great moment. I was very happy for him. But over the years, I think he's gotten stale, and I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to feed this character and try to convince us that he's really the top guy.
So where do you think we go from here with Orton after, let's say, if what you're saying is true, that his character is stale? So what happens next? How do you change his character? Like Cena, you could, make him heel or face back and forth, and it works. But, what about Orton? What's next for him?
In my honest opinion, I would give him a tag title run. I mean, the tag titles every few months need to be switched hands so that way they gain some respect. The question is, who would be a good tag team partner for Randy Orton? I mean, obviously, I would have loved for Edge to have been that tag team partner, to bring back. I mean, you took a guy like Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I mean, Triple H is a 13-time world champion. It's not really that big a deal to give Orton a tag title shot. Have him go with someone else. So I think it would be a good idea. Who do you think would be a good partner for him?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities.
I could say maybe CM Punk. But there's a lot of history between the two of them, and I don't think it would work out so well.
How about Cena? Why not?
It would be my dream to have them on the back burner and in the tag title shot rather than in the main event picture.
Him and Cena and Orton against Santino and the Russian guy.
But I think if they were to put the tag titles on Cena and Orton, they would just never lose them. And just by default, their default mode is give Orton and Cena the world titles. They'll end up still fighting for the world titles, even if they have the tag titles. So the tag titles will still be on the back burner.
We haven't talked so much about today's match with Cena and CM Punk. If Cena loses, he's fired. What do you think about that?
I don't want to jinx it. This is a great opportunity for us finally to be rid of this panderer John Cena. This lover of children. I mean, he was fired a couple months ago, and what happened? 7 days later, he was back attacking Nexus here and there and there. And I guess the WWE thought, we have a heel group Nexus. We'll take Cena. He'll attack guys from Nexus, and the fans will like him again because the Nexus are evil. But no, it didn't happen people still didn't want Cena around.
But do you know if he's due to make a movie, or is there any reason why he would leave now?
I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference because, Orton just was in a movie and he was still around in the world title picture the whole time. So
He made a movie? What was he, a robot?
no, What I Am. The movie that Christian was making fun of him with on SmackDown. He was in, and he was still on TV.
I can't imagine him as a good actor because he doesn't have good promo skills. Like Cena's very good, The Rock. I can see them being very good actors.
Well,
But
there goes the WWE again trying to shove the two of these guys down our throats. I mean,
they're making a movie with their own studio.
It was a WWE Studios movie, and also earlier last year they had a movie Legendary that starred John Cena, and
they also had the Triple H movie, which CM Punk made fun of.
I honestly have not seen the new John Cena movie like from last year, Legendary, yet. But I do plan on seeing it eventually when I get around to it. I haven't watched a lot of movies lately, so you can't knock me down on that. But
I haven't watched a lot of movies like all my life. I think the last movie I saw was Superman 2.
Wow, Superman 2. And but John Cena, he has a movie I think coming up called Family Reunion or something. I don't know how big a part he plays or when they're starting to film, but I don't think it will make a difference. I think he'll still be able to stay with his TV schedule. I mean, we can always hope that he won't, but that's the way it works. Okay, this is a match that I just want to get out of the way and get your opinion on. What do you think is going to happen between the Big Show and Mark Henry?
I think Mark Henry's going to win that one. Because they're really pushing him lately.
I would also, I would love Mark Henry to win this match.
I think it's going to be a great match. What do you think?
I think it has potential. Two veterans. They've been around a while. I mean, I think it will be very slow-paced, and hopefully they won't give them too much time. Maybe around 6-7 minutes sounds all right. Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred it to be something like a no-holds-barred match, or, seeing that Mark Henry's throwing people through tables for it to be a table match. That would have been nice to see. But I think going one-on-one, they can't make the match much longer than 6, 7, 8 minutes,
I would have thought 10 to 12. I mean, the longer you make the match, the more exciting, I think, with these two big people.
Yeah, but the problem is with these guys, they're older. They're older veterans, and
yeah, but they're not 70.
No, but they take a lot of time to rest in between moves and stuff, and that might add to the match, but the actual action won't be so long. Maybe 4 minutes of action and like 3-4 minutes of just resting. So I would be very disappointed. I mean, because I know Mark Henry and the Big Show, they're pretty fit. They're not just big guys that walk around. But so
I've always been impressed by the Big Show, and sometimes see him do a drop kick. I mean, he's pretty athletic for his size. If I was 500 pounds, I wouldn't be doing what he's doing. I'd just be at home on a couch.
But I think I want Mark Henry to win because I think they need to push his momentum, hopefully to give him a world title shot. But I think
you think this is his chance now? Finally,
I don't.
No,
I think they're gonna screw him just like Cody Rhodes. They gave Cody Rhodes a huge push. He was winning and winning and winning. He must have gone like 8 months straight without losing a match, and then they just shoved him on the back burner.
But remind me again, did he win this week?
Cody Rhodes?
He won, no?
Yeah, and it was a pretty good match. It was like good. They gave him a lot of time. They gave him 12, 13 minutes.
So he still has the momentum going this week.
No, that's why I think now they're going to pick it back up, and hopefully he'll win Money in the Bank, which we'll talk about in a second. But I think Mark Henry, they might forget about him a little bit and give the Big Show the win because Mark Henry's got the upper hand over the past few weeks.
There's so much potential out there in the WWE. Why focus on two guys?
Two guys that might be on their way out as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is just whatever. Kelly and Brie Bella. Do you really care who wins this match?
I hope Kelly wins.
I mean, I think they're gonna work off of Kelly's whole Maxim thing, and that's why she's gonna win the match. But besides for that, I don't really see.
She's pretty popular, Kelly.
Yeah, I don't see this becoming too much of a big deal. I see them giving this match maybe like 3-4 minutes, not much. Now, we talked about this last week, the Money in the Bank.
That's interesting that you time the matches. I never timed them, but I'm going to start timing them. 3 to 4 minutes is very short. It has to be more than that.
No, well, you could look up on sites. They usually time the matches, and you can see how long they've been. Actually, Cody Rhodes' match was around 11 minutes. So he had, like, the longest match on SmackDown. Orton's and Kane's match lasted maybe, like, 4 or 5 minutes. But we talked a little bit about this last week, Money in the Bank, on Raw and SmackDown. And on SmackDown, I want Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett, one of these two guys, to win. Because I think they've been around, that they've bided their time, they've waited, and I think it's their time for one of these guys to shine. And I can't wait to see maybe if one of them maybe Wade Barrett turns face eventually, seeing these guys feud over the world title. But
he's very funny, by the way, on commentary at SmackDown.
Wade Barrett?
Yeah, he's good.
I've heard him in the past, and he's been much better. This was one of his not-so-great things, so you can imagine how good his good times must be that I've heard before. But I think they might go the safe route and have Sheamus win, unfortunately. Just to not have... I mean, sometimes they like not surprising us by surprising us. You know, like doing someone that we wouldn't predict would get it, just to mess with our minds, like Sheamus. And honestly, I think it would be a waste. I mean, he's a 2-time WWE champion. This Money in the Bank is supposed to be for a guy to develop and a new star to surprise everybody and show that he can do it, you know, have a shot at the title, win the title, and develop his character. A guy like Sheamus that's been around for a couple of years now and has won 2 WWE titles and a U.S. title, I don't think he needs that to prove that he's in the main event picture.
So your pick is Sheamus?
No, my pick is Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett, one of these two guys. But I think they might go with Sheamus just because he's safe. I don't want him to win.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Wade Barrett. I think he'll win it.
So I guess this week we're siding with Michael Cole. Michael Cole also picked Wade Barrett.
I always side with Michael Cole. Yeah, I know you don't like him so much, but I love him.
No, you know
he brings commentary alive over there.
Sometimes he's good, but sometimes he makes Booker T look really bad, which is very bad for the development and commentary of Booker T.
Yeah, you think so?
He needs to grow. There are some things that he messes up on, and Michael points them out, and I think it's really bad for his self-confidence going into these TV shows.
Yeah, it gives him some character. It builds him up. I mean, he's a gentleman about it, though. I know what you're talking about.
No, but I'm hoping that it doesn't hit him too hard that he won't want to do commentary anymore.
You think so? What do you think? A little baby? He's gonna start crying on the show.
I mean, we saw what he was like when he was a king. You know, every little thing. Oh, you do this against me, you know. And he was talking about being a king, you know, with Wade Barrett and the whole thing. Okay, the other match we have Money in the Bank on Raw. I think Raw, the guys had a lot more time to have shown what they're about. You know, Jack Swagger gets a match usually once a week. R-Truth is on the show. Evan Bourne not as much, but most of these guys get on the show. You know, you get to see them all the time. On SmackDown, not as much. Like, they don't use them as much. Like Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater, we saw they broke up. I mean, I would love to see Justin Gabriel eventually win Money in the Bank maybe next year. I don't think he's ready. I don't think Slater's ready. But I'm saying on Raw, I would hate for them to choose a guy like Rey Mysterio to win, or Kofi Kingston, because I don't think Kofi Kingston has any personality, and I think Rey Mysterio, again, just like with Sheamus, would just be the safe route, you know, giving a guy the world title that's already won the world title. I think it would be a waste.
I don't see either of those two either.
But I think they might do it. Like the WWE sometimes likes doing safe things because they know that they could cash in on it big in the money, you know, because Rey Mysterio sells out on merchandise and stuff like that. But I hope that my honest pick, the guy that I want to win Money in the Bank on Raw, is Alex Riley. The momentum he has, he hasn't lost a match yet. He's just won. He beat The Miz 3 times, I think, including a tag team match. He won the Money in the Bank preview match on Raw this week. He beat. I mean, you have other guys. Rey Mysterio, I can't stand him. I can't wait till he retires or turns heel. He's only been heel once, and that was back in WCW. Del Rio, enough. You know what? He's trying too hard, too much, too little, too late. I think they need to give him a break. Let him also maybe put him in the tag team division with someone, and maybe come back to him later on. I think they really blew the momentum that he had going in from WrestleMania.
I think you picked the most boring guy out of everyone.
Alex Riley?
Yeah. You have to go with Alberto Del Rio. He still has his destiny,
the fans
to
love
win,
him.
or R-Truth.
The fans love Alex Riley. He comes out, he gets a bigger reaction than any of these guys.
Yeah, he's the same thing, just like Randy Orton. I don't get it. I don't get it why you like him. I don't get it why people like him.
I like him because he made it on his own. He figured, I'm not going to sit back and let The Miz take all the credit for everything I've done, and he basically just took him out.
I still think he should be doing movies with
It's
Pauly
something
Shore.
that Orton couldn't do when he was in Evolution, because it was a 3-on-1 when Orton left Evolution. Well, he didn't want to leave Evolution, but he had to choose between the world title and Evolution. And he basically had to fight off 3 guys. You can't really do that. But a guy like Alex Riley, all he had was this bug, Miz. I mean, I have all the respect in the world for Miz, but it was enough already. And he just took him out. He just took full force, and the crowd loves it.
And what happened to The Miz now?
I think The Miz winning Money in the Bank again would sort of be like a copy of CM Punk, and I think it would be a waste because I don't think he needs it. I think he's a main eventer. Everyone sees him as that he's the next guy to hand the cone over to as the future of the company, and I think he'll always be in that position.
No, but he dropped out lately. He's losing matches. He's not on the show so much.
He'll get it back. He's a main eventer.
Remember even by WrestleMania where he was upset because they weren't giving him attention? Remember that? He still has that problem.
He doesn't have the problem because they gave him the attention. He got everything he deserved. He got all the interviews on TV shows and stuff. And he will be back in the main event. He's a main event guy.
Okay, I think it's kind of strange that he's such a main event guy and then they just drop him for a while.
So just before the show ends, who do you think is going to win Money in the Bank on Raw? Your guy R-Truth? Is that who you're going to side with, or Alberto Del Rio?
No, I'm going to pick 2.
Go.
Alberto Del Rio or R-Truth. One of those 2. But you know what? I want one of those 2 to win, but I'm probably wrong. We'll see.
Okay, that's our show, the Wrestling Breakdown Show. You can visit us on the Wrestling Breakdown Show on Facebook or our blog, thewrestlingbreakdown.wordpress.com.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize a trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in Fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Connie is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Connie can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Connie has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email Connie@netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.conniesgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248, or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
All right, back here on Lewis Live on IsraelSportsRadio.com and RustyMikeRadio.com. Our thanks again to the wrestling guys, Yes the Bus Freeman, Akiva Brilliant Murgia, Akiva Right On Murgia, and Akiva Aya Murgia. All three nicknames excellent here on Lewis Live. Going on to American sports, I want to go back to the discussion of the amount of money these players make, and that it's not so much the players' fault, but the owners who sign these absurd contracts. And I have a list here, the top 30 NBA players, money-wise, that is. Now, it won't necessarily match the top 30 players. Okay, Kobe Bryant, $25 million. That makes sense. The game's best player, if not the best, 1A. Okay, fine with that. Rashard Lewis. I'm not making that up, folks. The second overall paid player in the NBA, Rashard Lewis, $22 million in the Wizards. Why is that happening? Duncan is not what he once was, but he's being paid in what he did. It's not as bad as Rashard Lewis. Duncan, $21 million. Kevin Garnett, $21 million. To 21.2, Duncan, 21.3, we get the point. Kevin Garnett is not worth $21.2 million anymore, neither is Duncan, but at least they used to be stars. Gilbert Arenas, $19 million. He's the fifth highest paid player in the NBA. He plays for the Magic. Dirk's sixth at $19 million. I understand that. Pau Gasol at seventh. No, Pau Gasol's not worth $18 million. Carmelo Amari right behind there. That I understand. By the way, all of this is in relation to the market. I'm not saying... here we have a phone call. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey. What?
I'm sorry, go ahead. What's your name, caller? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Ari, it's Dave.
Hey, Dave, how you doing, man?
I'm not on the air, am I?
You actually are. Can I... But we could switch a little bit, but my plan is to call you back at about a half an hour. Does that still work?
Okay, yeah, it's all good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the broadcast.
No problem, dude. That's
all right,
our future.
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, just a promotion. Don't worry about it, baby. I'll see you later.
All right, see ya.
It's Dave Flagger, I guess, at 11:35. This is all in relation to the market. I'm not saying anybody deserves $25 million for dribbling the basketball and shooting at the hoop, and I'm just compared to other players. Okay, I want to get that clear. Joe Johnson, star of the Hawks, at $18 million. The only thing is about that, Joe Johnson's not the 10th best player in the league, but he's the star of Atlanta. Rashard Lewis at $22 million, I don't know how the hell that happened. Elton Brand, then it's Dwight Howard. Now, he was second in the MVP this year. It's Derrick Rose, 11th highest paid player in the league, multiple defensive player of the year. Okay, I understand that. Elton Brand, $17 million. I got to question that. Deron Williams at $16 million. I mentioned Deron Williams is top 5 point guard. I mean, he's being like he's top 5 at his position. He's going to take a pay cut of $5 million. I would love to be in that position in my life one day, B'ezrat Hashem, where $5 million is a pay cut. $5 million is a pay cut. I don't know what 726 means. Okay, let's keep going here. I love this stuff. It's fascinating. I don't know why these owners pay certain prices. Jim Williams, I've discussed this as well. Okay. Now, then after Chris Paul, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. Interesting, Dwayne making a little bit less. That's probably a contract thing, how they structure it, but all in the ballpark of about $16 million. Dwayne technically 15.5. 1-2. Pierce. Okay, this to me is a really bad contract. I don't know how the hell this happened. These next four are disgusting. Andrew Bynum, $15 million. Has that man made an all-star game? Antoine Jameson for your Cleveland Cavaliers. Almost getting paid as much as LeBron James. Rudy Gay of Memphis. Not their best player. That would be Zach Randolph. Hell, I'd rather have Shane Battier than Rudy Gay. I'd rather have Marc Gasol than Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay is not the best player on his own team. It was making $15 million. What freaking moronic, dumb, idiotic, stupid owner is paying Rudy Gay $15 million? By the way, I want to have the general manager of the Memphis Grizzlies on pretty soon, Chris Wallace. Talk to him about that. Brandon Roy, the Portland Trail Blazers. Who? No, I know who Brandon Roy is. I don't know why he's getting $14.9 million. Okay, Chauncey Billups, the old man from New York. At least Chauncey's won a title and in the Finals MVP. Al Jefferson of Utah, $14 million. Okay, Richard Hamilton used to be good at 12.6. He's number 30. Managerably 12.9. At least I understand that. But you hear my point. There's some really bad contracts. Rashard Lewis, to me, is the worst contract right now in sports. $22 million. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Bynum at 15. Gay at 15. Brandon Roy at 14.9. Jameson at 15. Paul Gasol at 18. Okay, there's 6 awful contracts. Awful. There's some pretty bad ones, but I can at least make some argument. I am not making an argument for Rashard Lewis making $22 million, the second highest paid NBA player in the league. Hey, guess what, owners? Get it together. Do not be mad at the players because they are getting paid because you're stupid. We're getting a chat in for our good friend Joe Robbins. USA just scored a goal in the 68th minute. It's a World Cup final tonight for women's soccer. Hopefully everyone will keep their clothes on. So Joe Robbins, we'll talk to Jeremy Last about that in a few minutes. Next coming up guest. But here's my point. If someone's going to pay me an absurd, disgusting amount of money and I don't deserve it, I'm still going to take it. And Rashard Lewis, man, I wish it was his agent. I don't know how they swung that. I'm going to Wikipedia this guy. I can't stand this. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. Why is that happening? Get a chat in here. At least he has the same last name as me, spelled differently. I just don't know. I don't know where to begin. I'm scared. This is going to be very bad. The $22 million man, second highest paid player in the NBA. Excuse me, 22.152. 2 All-Star games. A career score of 16.3 points per game. 5.6 rebounds, 1 point assist. 0.6 blocks, 1 point. I can't do this. Can't do it. That's the worst contract in sports right now. Out of Pineville, Louisiana. Second round draft pick, by the way, the Sonics, 32nd overall. Man. Well, always have hope, because at that point when he was picked second round and did not get a guaranteed freaking contract, he probably would have never dreamed 13 years later he'd be making $22.152 million. He would have never dreamed that. So always dream. Always dream big, always have hope. Anything can happen. There's a lot of dumb owners out there. Okay, we're going to take a commercial break. I'm upset. It's real sometimes, folks. All right, I'm going to take a commercial break here. When we come back, Jeremy Last, the last word after this.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434, or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you. All right, we're back here on Louis Live, and there's a lot of special guests that we've had in the past. We love to bring them back because they just got that magic, that special something. And on the line now, the man that is known simply as the creator of The Last Word, the former editor of the Jerusalem Post, our soccer guru, Jeremy Last. Jeremy, how you doing, baby?
I'm not the former editor of the Jerusalem Post. That would be a bit much. Former sports editor.
Former sports editor. Your humility is too much for me, Jeremy. I just can't take it. Look at that, lowering your title.
I appreciate it.
So this is great typing. Thank God here. You're getting you on the air right as the end of the World Cup final, the women's division here. Tell us what's going on right now in the ball game.
It's pool game. It's 1-0 to the USA. 1-0. 1-0 up. They're just showing the goal again. Wow, it was a great goal by a beautiful-looking young lady. I'm not sure what her name is, but she's famous for wearing a fluorescent pink bra underneath her shirt.
Well,
it sticks up.
You know what happened the last time the woman won? The women's USA soccer team won.
Yeah, she showed her...
Brandy Chastain.
It was a sports bra. It was less attractive.
No, but that was Brandy Chastain that showed her bra. She ripped her shirt.
Oh, it wasn't Mia Hamm?
Mia Hamm was the captain. She was the best player on the team.
Look at you know more than me about women's football.
Actually, I'll tell you about that game. Brandy Chastain scored a goal against her own team. And then that's why it went to the overtime and to the penalty kicks. She was able to redeem herself with the game-winning kick, and so she decided to show her bra to the whole world. So it was very sweet.
I think it's quite funny how the Americans see the tournament. I've been watching the golf a lot. It was the British Open, the Open Championship over the weekend, and ESPN kept on advertising that after Sunday's final round of the golf, they'll be showing the gold medal game of the World Cup women's soccer tournament. It's not the gold medal game. There's no medal involved. Americans don't really get it. Yeah, it is exciting. It is nice. It's been a great tournament. I've watched quite a lot of it. It's incredible how popular women's soccer has been in Germany over the last couple of weeks, and what an effect it could have on the game. A lot of people have been watching it. I think a lot more in Germany than they'll ever watch it in England. In England, it's considered a joke, women's football, and however good it is. But I've been enjoying it. I think there's been a lot of skillful stuff.
Does it kill the rest of the world that the U.S. is doing so well in a game that most Americans could care less about?
Sorry? Does it what?
Does it hurt the rest of the world that the U.S. is doing so well in soccer and most Americans just don't care about soccer?
Well, most people don't care about women's soccer, so it doesn't really matter.
Touché.
Which is true. But America has been one of the top teams in the world in men's soccer for many years now, so it's kind of accepted that when you get to World Cup finals that the men's team are going to do very well, and they've got some good players, and there's a lot of good American players that play abroad, so I don't think it's a shock like it was 20 years ago when America did well. Obviously in 1950 when America beat England, but these days it's kind of accepted, and there is a professional league, and the MLS isn't too bad, even though the LA Galaxy got thumped by Real Madrid last night. But I think that professionalism in soccer has come through. I watched that documentary. I don't know if you heard there was a documentary out quite a few years ago now about the North American Soccer League that was a big excitement with the Cosmos, and then it all fell apart. And a lot of that was due to a lack of homegrown players, and And nowadays in America, in the American MLS, the Major League Soccer, there's a lot of homegrown players, and soccer used to be seen as a sport for girls to play at school. And after that, no boys really played it, and these days it's considered much more acceptable, I think.
And you never know. As time goes on, more American success, maybe the Americans will come around into soccer as, like you talked about, the MLS. So there's certainly good hope for Horizon in the world of American soccer. Now, we wanted to ask you about Beitar. A lot of exciting news there. So tell us what's been new with Beitar.
There's a quick link. For listeners who don't realise, it's a very different thing that we're talking about subtly here. Beitar Yerushalayim, the local biggest, the only top division team in the top division in Israel, Jerusalem, has finally had its ownership transferred. It's all a little bit strange because Arkady Gaidanak, a Russian oligarch apparently, couldn't afford to carry on keeping the team going.
Okay.
He didn't want to sell. Then suddenly it was announced that new owners had been found. These two American guys, Dan Adler and Adam Levine, who know what they'd heard of before. And suddenly the owners, not only are the owners, they never actually paid anything for the club, which is all quite bizarre for a man called Guma Aguiar, who was the first guest on my show when I had a show on Israel Sports Radio back in last year,
right.
Who was a guy who really wanted to buy the club, but Arkady wouldn't sell to him, and he was willing to pay lots of money to Gaidamak to take the club, whereas these people have just agreed to pay off any debts that Gaidamak left, which apparently only $400,000, which isn't that much, and then fund the club in the future. And Aguilar was prepared to do this, so it's a little strange that he didn't get to take it over, and these two new guys have turned up out of nowhere, but it could bring some stability. But I saw them on the sports news, on the Israeli sports news just 5 minutes ago, and clearly it seemed that they've got no clue about the situation with Beitar, just a little update, Japan just scored. So
oh my goodness!
Very exciting here.
Wow.
We'll get back to the Women's World Cup final soon. You've got to understand how irrelevant that is in world sports compared to even Beitar Yerushalayim being bought by a bunch of Americans who've got no idea what they're talking about. Perhaps. I hope they do. I don't want to dispute them. I don't want to upset them. I don't want to sort of minimise their understanding. But obviously the big issue with Beitar is the political views of the fans, and it's one of the main issues. I mean, and you ask anyone in Israel, any Israeli, you bring up the word Beitar Yerushalayim, and they'll say racist thugs. That's what people think, and this is an image that hasn't been changed, and Aguiar thought he could, and Gaidamak tried to, and then these two guys, I saw them on the sports news, there's nothing about politics, we just want to play the game and bring the people together, and the people of Jerusalem and the people in the country, and believe me, the people in the country would be absolutely delighted if Beitar Yerushalayim failed. They would not want to see success, and they don't want to be a part of Beitar Yerushalayim. And you're not going to change the traditions and the history of the club in any short time, let alone long-term plan. And it seems that they're a little naive, and there's another group of Americans who have come in and who don't really understand the traditions and the history and the background of what goes on in Israeli soccer. And to say that politics doesn't come into it is foolish, because the clubs and the organisations are intrinsically linked with political organisations, and always have been and always will be for the foreseeable future. So to claim that politics doesn't come into it when there's never been an Arab player at Beitar, and the fans sing anti-Arab songs in unison, it's not just a small part, it's the entire stadium. You can have 15,000 people, and I've been there when it happens. So to claim that politics doesn't come into it is a little naive, but we'll see. They're going to learn. But what I don't want to see is another Daniel Yama or another Alex Schneider. Daniel Yama was the owner of Maccabi Netanya, who finally gave up ownership a couple of months ago. And that's after he was owner for 5 years, but 2 of those years he didn't put any money in because he was like, oh, I was naive, I didn't realise how football worked in Israel. And the same with Alex Schneider, a Canadian who bought Maccabi Tel Aviv, and also with Mitch Goldar, who's another Canadian who seems to know what he's doing in Maccabi Tel Aviv, but hasn't gone very well with him. There's all these people that come and they get involved in Israeli football, but they don't totally understand the background, and then they get surprised by it. And it seems strange that they're going to invest so much in something without really looking into it properly. But we've got a long way to go, but it's going to be interesting.
I wanted to ask you about, you mentioned Gaidamak.
That was a little monologue.
It was beautiful, man. We loved it.
I've been thinking about this a lot. It's important to me. I'm a fan of the team, and I've been involved with Israeli soccer as a journalist for the last sort of 5-6 years. So I really understand what's going on more than a lot of foreigners, and it frustrates me to see people coming in who don't really seem to know what they're doing and sort of plunging themselves in, and then a few months or a few years later going, oops, I didn't realise.
Well,
but we'll see.
No, you're making some great points. I want to touch on the Gaidamak point because you mentioned that he did not have enough money to continue, and I find that fascinating because Gaidamak is a pretty wealthy individual. Was his money...
Right. I mean, in my opinion, first of all, it's all shrouded in mystery. It's very difficult to really understand the finances of the football team. I mean, I'm sure if I really pushed and went to public offices, you could really find out. I haven't done, but it's not clear. With Gaidamak, he did put a lot of money in. How much money he has himself, I don't know. People were saying that he lost a lot of money when the debt crisis hit or whatever, but I'm sure he has enough money because running a football team in Beitar doesn't cost more than a few $1 million every year, and he has a few $1 million. But I don't know. He said that he couldn't afford it anymore, but then again what happened was he suddenly walked away just after he didn't get elected as mayor. And he made it very clear that he was, in an interview, I remember seeing him on the television, there was a documentary about him, and he was travelling in a van on the way home from somewhere in Jerusalem, and he was saying, like, I'm using the team to gain popularity. And he did other things like to gain popularity, like paying for these camps for people who had to be evacuated from the war in Lebanon in 2006.
Right.
Just to gain popularity, and he wanted to be a politician. He wanted to have political influence in Israel, but not just that. He wanted to gain immunity, apparently, because he was under a lot of... he was wanted by the French government for the Angola Gate scandal. So it seemed that all he wanted out of Beitar at the end of the day was to get political support in order to become a politician, in order to get immunity. And that really seemed to me, I mean, I don't know if that was the fact, but that's how it seemed. And he stood, first of all, for election for the mayor of Jerusalem, I think in 2008, a couple of years ago, when Nir Barkat won, and he thought he was going to win. And it was ridiculous, because everyone knew Nir Barkat was going to win, and he failed abysmally, he did terribly. He thought he was going to get the support of the Beitar fans, but no one saw him as a politician, and they just saw him as a sucker who'd going to give all his money to the club. And he didn't get elected, and it was literally a few weeks after he didn't get elected, he just suddenly disappeared and went to Russia and didn't come back for a year or so. And he stopped funding them at the club, and then there were rumours that he was ill. So it's all a little bizarre. So I'm not really sure what it was all about, but it seemed more that he didn't want to give money to the club than that he couldn't give money to the club, in my opinion. But the whole Aguiar situation is also very strange, because even if Aguiar was possibly mentally unstable, I mean, the fact is he was put into a mental hospital, he was still willing to invest a lot of money in the club, and I don't see him as any less significant and potential owner than these two guys that have taken the club. So I find the whole situation strange. It could make a good book one day.
Absolutely. I don't really read too much, but I'd probably read that book. Well, I think part of the problem, you mentioned that how do you expect Beitar not to be political when you have a man running for mayor running the team, right?
Well, that's something else. When I say political, I'm talking about sort of left-wing, right-wing viewpoints that are connected to the club. Because in Israel, most sports organizations are connected to political organizations. They started as the sports team of the youth group of the political organizations. So Beitar is a political right-wing organization that was run by Zev Jabotinsky back in the 30s, and the fact is it was the football team of that organisation. So the people who supported the team, people involved in the team, were always of that political persuasion. And the same as Hapoel, which is Hapoel is the workers' union, and it was the football team of the workers' union. So the people involved were the left-wing people, and they still are. And it's that sort of political connection between the fans and the people running the team, and not necessarily the players themselves, but the action, but in some cases, but it's a club that's involved with the community. It's very different to anything that happens in America, where you have franchises, where you could take the Oakland Raiders and make them the LA Raiders, and people don't really say much about it because it's not a club that is intrinsically connected to the community, that grew from the community. In America, sports teams are really just organizations created to entertain and make money. And if they can be connected to the community and they can do something good with the youth, okay, that's great, but it's not something that comes from the community. And in England, it really is a lot more, but in Israel, there's something that's part of the community and part of a specific community. In Israel, in Jerusalem, for example, you have Hapoel Jerusalem and Beitar Jerusalem, and they're very different communities. And it's something that people who come to Israel want to invest in the sports need to really understand what that means.
Now, I want to one last question here before we let you go. Beitar, it was a few years ago, we were actually at the game, and you taught me a lot about soccer in Israel in particular, and I certainly appreciate it. The fans sat in different sections, those that supported the team, those who were against the team, and they sat down for a certain period of time, stood up, I believe in the 68th minute, had a sign. Is it still that animosity between the fans, the players, fans, the organization, where they even divided among the fans as far as how Beitar is running itself as a soccer team?
Well, that whole situation was there was a group of fans who were very anti the chairman, who's still the chairman, who used to be the goalkeeper. It's a Kornfein. It's died down a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But one of the reasons that animosity arose was because Kornfein was trying to stamp down on the perceived racism, the anti-Arab chanting, the anti-Arab feeling, and there were apparently some people who were making anti-Arab chants, and they were chucked out of the stadium when they were arrested, and they asked Kornfein to help with this, and he refused to. And that's where it all came from. So you can see that if Adler and Levine want to separate the right, left-wing politics from Beitar, they're going to have a problem doing that because it's so involved. Whether the split in the fans that existed then, which was such a big deal then, is going to carry on next season, we'll have to see. But at the moment, people are still very concerned about Kornfein, especially when it emerged that he was earning 900,000 shekels a year, when most people don't earn a tenth of that. So that was a concern when he was talking about, perhaps last week anyway, talking about taking the club into the administration or the liquidity or whatever the term was. But he was earning so much money, that was a concern with people. But the club is always embroiled in controversy and drama. Hopefully there'll be some sort of stability this season, and we'll be able to focus on what goes on the pitch, and hopefully with the new owners they'll be able to put some money behind it. And there's talk of a fair few number of players coming in, some good ones, and for me that's the most important thing, because I am a big fan of the team, and I think it's a great organisation, and I just hope that the team will thrive and the club will do well. And just to update you before I go, it's gone into extra time, a 1-1 after 90 minutes, another half an hour, and if it's still a draw, then there'll be penalties in the World Cup final for Wood.
All right. Well, Jeremy Last, the former sports editor of the Jerusalem Post, and always a friend here on Louis Live. Jeremy, thanks so much for the time this evening.
Bye.
All right, be well. That was Jeremy Last. Wow. I just did an interview with someone. It was 17 minutes and I asked 4 questions. We're going to take a commercial break here. When we come back, Dave Flagger, right after this.
Offering the best of Israel at the best price, Shalom Israel Tours can help you make your next trip to Israel the adventure of a lifetime. Shalom Israel Tours will customize the trip to Israel for your family or group. Specializing in bar mitzvah packages, outdoor adventure vacations, wine tours, and more, Shalom Israel Tours is sure to inspire. So whether you're looking for a customized trip, a day tour, or a car rental, Shalom Israel Tours is here to help. Email us at inspire@shalomisraeltours.com or click the banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage, and soon you will find yourself in Israel. That's Shalom Israel Tours, www.shalomisraeltours.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your health and fitness? iFit trainers provide one-on-one personal training and put together the best fitness program to get the right results for you. Find your I in Fit. We offer certified personal trainers with elite athletic experience and flexible hours at the convenience of your own home. Classes are offered in English and in Hebrew. We serve Jerusalem and the surrounding areas. For more information and to schedule your first workout session, call Alyssa at 054-759-7280 or email Alyssa, ELISSA, at i-fit.co.il. Visit us at www.i-fit.co.il or click on the iFit banner on the Israel Sports Radio homepage.
Feeling overwhelmed with all you have to do? Let your personal shopper help. Chani is an experienced gift shopper and can help free up your day. Chani can assist you in finding the perfect gift for your upcoming simchas or pick up those light items at the grocery. And don't forget, if you are in the area of the Israel Center on Karen HaYesod, stop by on Monday or Tuesday between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. to check out all the great gifts Chani has to offer. For more information, call 02-654-2155 or email chani@netvision.net.il. Don't forget to check out her great website at www.chanisgifts.com.
Israel Sports Dynamics specializes in football consulting, equipment, uniforms, and more. Great brands such as Nike, Russell Athletics, Shutt Sports Products, and many more. Just one call away. With over 30 years coaching experience with university and professional athletes, Terry Hill, owner of ISD, can advise you for all your sports needs. Call 054-581-3248. That's 054-581-3248, or visit our website at www.isdisrael.com. If that's not easy enough, click on the ISD banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and be part of the game.
All right, we're back here on Louis Live, and it's a pleasure to introduce our next guest. He's a very talented musician that plays shows throughout our holy city of Jerusalem. Give a warm Louis Live welcome to Dave Flagger. Dave, how you doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for having me on your show.
It's our pleasure. I want to talk about the type of music you play, what you're into, and tell us where can my fans see you play next live in person.
All right. Well, that's good. As if you don't have enough cheesy music in your life, what I do is I don't write music. I don't steal music. I take music that already exists and make it my own. So eat that Lady Gaga, eat that Rihanna. I take those songs and make it fun and entertaining for everybody on an acoustic guitar. I feel what I do is, you don't take a song. It's like, 'cause certain people can play any songs, but I take a song and I cover it and make the art of trying to take a song and break it down and make it your own. But, true to the real song, but, quite the different twist on it. So, it's worked out. Recently I just played a show at the ACI, July 4th in Canada Day Festival, and I'll tell you what, that was one of the greatest moments of my sports and musical life because I'm a big Patriots fan, and Kraft Stadium. Bob Kraft is the owner of the Patriots, so of course I took a picture of myself with my guitar on the Patriots logo, so that was very exciting. But the next show will probably be in the last week of August. We still quite haven't finalized the date yet. In the meantime, I can still be seen at the open mics at Off the Wall Comedy Basement and at Mike's Place. Recently, I was the musical guest for Hafuch, and I had a full-length show just a couple weeks ago at the Off the Wall Comedy Basement. So, but also, I play weddings, bar mitzvahs, bachelors, bachelor parties, anything fun that you can think of that you want a funny, goofy guy playing Rihanna at. I'm more than welcome to come join you and bring a good time. I used to be a song leader, so if you have any also little camp, youth group functions, need stuff for that, I can give you some Oseh Shalom too.
Very nice. Now, at Off the Wall Comedy Club, you do a show, I believe, with David Klimnik, the Double D show, right? So tell us about that.
The Double Ds, yes. So I'm not very funny, but David is, and I play guitar, and we both sing and play very well off of each other. So we have a good time. We have songs about seminary girls. We have a song about posting things on Django, of all things, and just fun, light-hearted humor for the Jerusalem crowd.
Now, Dave, were you a Weird Al fan growing up, by chance?
Yes, okay. yes. I was a huge Weird Al fan, huge. I remember Amish Paradise. I think I'm a clone now. That's a, we're not even talking about the Eat It and You're Fat, but I think I'm a clone now. If most of your younger listeners don't realize that, I'm Think I'm Alone Now, and that he didn't cover the original. I think he covered Tiffany's version of that song, and also his polkas are all genius. Everything from Another One Rides to the Bus to everything that he's done, and I love the new polka that he came out with, and the Perform This Way is quite genius.
Now, you're a big Weird Al fan. I've wanted to know this for a long time because there's certain rumors. Either way, is Weird Al Jewish? Do you happen to know?
I'm pretty sure he isn't, but I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. He comes from some sort of I don't know, Eastern, one of the Baltic countries, I think. But
right,
I'm not sure that I can't tell you if he's Jewish or not.
Now, with Amish Paradise, I believe released in '96, Coolio was upset at him. He said that he took the rights from Coolio and didn't get permission. Have you ever had a situation where someone got upset at you and said, "Hey, you stole my song, man. You didn't give me rights or pay me royalties or give me credit"? Has anyone ever been upset at you based on something you did in a performance?
I'll tell you what, I'm scared to death of that situation. Thank God it hasn't happened to me. But what has happened to me is in covering a song, it's oh, that's a song that I do, or other artists that really have no claim on the song, or it's just as much of a claim as on a song as that I have on a song, getting upset that they think I'm stealing their idea, which isn't really even their idea. So no, I thank God that it hasn't quite happened to me. I don't think it would, and I think that'd actually be a great problem if it did. At least you're getting noticed.
That's that
you're stealing, but I'm very careful about YouTube and stuff like that. So
a joke that we used to make around the office about having ESPN or someone like that sue us. Hey, good press or all press is good press. So someone sues you, a big artist. Just got to run with it and be happy about the exposure. Wanted to ask you, because you have a famous saying at the end of anytime you sing a song, and I've seen a person that's really funny, "Hey, thanks for coming out to my show." You do it at the beginning of your song as well. Tell us the origin and the story behind that phrase.
All right, well, that actually came from the Double D's a little bit. David Klimnik, I don't know if you've had a chance to hear him do stand-up. He's a very funny stand-up comedian, but also when he does music shows, and this is before even the Double D's started with me and him, he would get on the stage, at an open mic when it's clearly not his show, and before he did anything, he'd raise his arm and go, "Thanks for coming out to my show, woo!" Actually, I think I added the woo. And I think it's really funny because A, it's not his show, and B, he hasn't even done anything yet. So what happened was, because it was so not relevant, and I would start going for karaoke nights, and this eventually transcended into the music, it crossed over into the music. I'd start going to the karaoke nights, and clearly it wasn't my show. Clearly people weren't there to see me or anything that I was doing. So I just got up there and started trying to be funny like him, and go, "Thanks for coming out to my show, woo!" And what ended up happening is people started thinking it was my line and not his, and he was getting really upset. So the more that was happening, the more we kept doing it, and it kind of stuck. So every time I get on the stage, no matter what I'm about to do, whether I'm about to sing Fergalicious on karaoke, or if I'm about to sing like Turn the Page by Bob Seger, I get up on the stage and I like raise my arm as if I've like actually done something, like I've actually accomplished something, like a victory. Thanks for coming to my show, woo! And I haven't done anything yet, and people laugh. It takes the pressure off.
You mentioned the song Fergalicious. I've certainly seen you perform that live. Very hilarious. Is that your favorite song to do karaoke-wise?
Truth be told, no. But it is. But if you're in a room and there's a lot of people, and you just kind of want to. It's my favorite one to use live in the room to get everybody going. But as you can imagine, Fergalicious is not a whole lot of singing going on.
Right.
It's more a singer, I also like to do stuff. But also karaoke is a little bit of a different game than you're playing guitar. You can do things and work with different instruments and or you're not actually playing any instruments, but you're not on an acoustic guitar, so you get to play around with more things and more like, for instance, rap isn't a big part of my music routine. So hey, when you actually get to rap a little bit in Fergalicious, it's kind of fun. So I forgot what the question was.
So the question is then, what is your favorite song to sing karaoke-wise?
What is my favorite song to sing in karaoke? Oh, man. It depends which day you ask me. I was having a Creed phase where I was singing, what's it called? What's the name? Oh, Higher by Creed, just because it's like, in my life for that. And because, listen, it was the late 90s, early 2000s, and of course I was into the alternative rock, and I was so anti-Creed at the time, because they're so, like, pro-Christian, and I was like, oh, Jesus. And, like, all their songs are so cheesy, and I'm like, oh, it make me vomit, and I hated them, and I just vowed to hate them. And, I discovered them 10 years later. It's like, oh, my God, this is kind of cheesy, kind of fun to play, So I actually also play some of the Creed songs. And my favorite catchline to do in the Creed song is, this is from the late 1990s, early 2000s, back when most of you guys were 7 or 8, like young kids at the karaoke, and just to make myself feel old as I approach the ripe old age of 30. Not there yet, though.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm also close, but not there yet. Just try to enjoy the 20s before it's over.
We'll stop time and not allow that day to actually come.
Or freeze ourselves, whatever we got to do.
We'll be like Ted Williams.
Well, hey, Ted Williams was out at Scottsdale, Arizona. That's for Phoenix.
Yeah, I know, but listen, if we're going to be frozen, it's got to be our heads, and we have to be upside down.
Well, that's the only way to do it when you're frozen, man. Is upside down.
Like, if that's preservation, I don't know what it is. Just as long as there's enough formaldehyde, then we'll be okay.
Now, Dave, the fans here want to know about your background. Where you're from originally in the States? How long you been in Israel? All that good stuff.
Okay, so I grew up in the beautiful town, of Worcester, Massachusetts. I left when I was 16 years old. I moved to Jacksonville, Florida. I stayed down at the University of Florida, and finally, after Florida, I graduated, not knowing what I wanted to do with my life. Sound familiar? Come to Israel on a long-term program. Sound familiar? Go back to America, work a little bit, realize it's not for you. Sound familiar? And that was 4 years ago already. So I've been in Jerusalem ever since. I was working in informal education for many years, also out here, until I finally just broke and said, I'm tired of this. So I'm working in high tech right now and doing the music as focusing on as a side gig as opposed to just like having it as a trick in the bag. It's more going from one of these educational guitarists to artists. So it's been a lot of fun.
Dave, talk about the environment and Off the Wall during karaoke, because you mentioned different age groups, and obviously when you have a big crowd, liven that up. So just talk about the atmosphere of Off the Wall on karaoke night.
I hope David's going to be paying me some royalties, but I'm sure he won't be.
Hopefully me too.
But so listen, it's a lot of fun because you know what brings people together more than singing just your favorite songs from the last 30 years, whether it be, it's really funny. You can see a Bucher singing, in sync. You can see, old guys singing Britney Spears, and you can see, someone like me singing Creed or Johnny Cash, and it's just, you forget about all the good songs that have been over the years, and it's funny, you forget the words, and you forget the songs that's on the screen, and everybody's just singing, having a good time, just bonding, all walks of life. It doesn't matter who you are, what you wear in your head, what you don't wear in your head, and, you just enjoy the music, enjoy singing with each other, and that happens almost every night of the week except for Fridays. Thursday it's especially cool because they have comedy shows at the club beforehand. What I do, I don't go to the comedy every week, so I'm out drinking with my friends, and after we get a nice little buzz going, then we go to the karaoke, and it's a lot of fun. So I highly recommend it. It's a great way to meet a lot of new people and hear from. And you know what? I'm not the only musician that does come to do karaoke at the club. So you should definitely check it out. And you'll remember me with the guy that throws his hand in the air and say, "Thanks for coming to my show."
Now, Dave, one last thing before we let you go, because we've been trying to, you've been trying to get in touch with me, and you've had problems with my phone, and I took a look at the messages that I sent you. I wrote my own phone number incorrectly. I wrote down a 7 instead of a 6, or the other way around. I wrote, it's supposed to be a 6, not a 7.
No wonder you haven't been responding to me. But
it's one of the dumbest things I've ever done, and I've done a lot of stupid things in my time. But I apologize to you in front of my 1,000 listeners. Plus, that was stupid, and I'm sorry, and I wasted your time, and your time should not be wasted, and I apologize to you.
Listen, dude, it's not a big deal. Instead of going to the office with you this morning, I slept in, and it was beautiful. So don't worry about it. No harm done, no harm, no foul.
All right, very nice.
I'm glad to be a friend of the Ari Louis show, or Louis Live, in Israel Sports Radio. So we'll don't worry about it. Water under the bridge.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, and I did write my correct number, and hopefully.
Did you send it to me now?
Yes, I sent you my correct number.
Okay, good. I don't have a computer right now. Actually, I'm getting it back tomorrow, but I'll check from Facebook. And speaking of Facebook, if you guys want to check out my fan page, it says Dave Flagler, DAVE space FLAGLER, and in parentheses it says musical service. Check it out. Like me. A lot of people like me in person and on Facebook, and the more the merrier. And pretty soon we're going to be uploading some clips. The site's only a few months old, so we're going to keep building it. And stay there, be a fan, and you'll see us at all the other events. We've also been performing with Ben Draymond as of late. I'm sure you know him. He's a very talented musician in Jerusalem.
Sure.
So he's a good friend of ours too. So keep there, and if you're a friend of his, then be a friend of mine, and God willing, you'll see us in concert together, and you'll see him separately, you'll see me, and you'll be updated on when the next good live gig will be. Not that there won't be other good live gigs, but the important live gig is with either me or him or any other of our friends. So definitely check us out on Facebook.
All right, so check out Dave Flagler on Facebook. Like his fan page. You can see him at Off the Wall Comic Club. You can find him on Facebook, message as well, right, to get you at their bar mitzvahs, simchas, and all types of good stuff, right?
Including your youth group needs, your musical havdalahs, whatever it is that you need, we can provide something for.
All right, man. Good stuff, Dave. Thanks so much for being on Louis
Live. Thanks so much for my show.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, take care, guys.
Bye. That never gets old. I love it. That was Dave Flagler, good guy, and very happy that he's a friend of us here at IsraelSportsRadio.com. We're going to take a commercial break. Come back, wrap things up after this.
Are you having computer issues? You just got to try these guys. Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. All of Jerusalem is talking about them. They're super experienced, efficient, reliable, and honest. Their lead technician has over 20 years experience and holds a BS in computer science from a top American university. Mickey from Macavia says, I won't let anybody touch my computers except for Tiger. So call Tiger Computer Services, 050-708-1599. Believe me, you'll be happy that you did. Ruben from Baca says, I've had many technicians in the past, and these guys are some of the best I've seen. Laptops, desktops, netbooks, Macintoshes, iPods, iPhones. All hardware and software problems, advice, and instruction. The next time you need a very experienced and honest computer technician, call Tiger Computer Services at 050-708-1599. Mention Israel Sports Radio for a 15% discount for all new customers. Are you living in the Tel Aviv area and looking to achieve those fitness goals that seem out of reach? If so, personal trainer Leon Kessler is just one call away. Leon will teach, coach, advise, supervise, and support you so that you are able to accomplish your fitness goals. One call to 050-792-2434 will put your goals in reach. That's 050-792-2434, or click on the Leon Kessler banner on the Israel Sports Radio website and see what Leon can do for you.
Midreshet Devora, a Dati Leumi post-high school program which educates minds and broadens horizons. Located in Baca, the lovely Jerusalem neighborhood provides an excellent background and setting for a tremendous education. Our students learn, love, and feel the land of Israel and get tools which will last them a lifetime. Generous scholarships are available. Please contact us at midrashatvora.org. Call us from Israel at 052-534-6260 or from North America at 718-593-4162. Midrashat Devora, we're the program you've been waiting for.
DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJ Venom, DJing parties throughout Israel, birthday parties, weddings, club events, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs, and much more. You pick the type of music and DJ Venom will turn your event into the party of the year. Available Sunday through Thursday. Call 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. That's 052-952-6506 or email djvenom1984@yahoo.com. Book your party today. That's DJ Venom.
Okay, we're back here on Louis Live. A couple things here as we wrap it up, and I'm going to talk over the All in the Family ending, because I just think it's that funny. So, anyways, I want to thank our guest, Dave Flagger. Catch out his show. Great stuff. Dave, as always, Jeremy Last, the former sports center of the Jerusalem Post. Yes, the boss Friedman. And Akiva AM, a.k.a. AM Murgia, Akiva, a.k.a. Right On Murgia, Akiva, a.k.a. Brennan Murgia, whichever one of those nicknames works for you is the best. This week, Lotus Show. Tomorrow night, it's the Netball Girls. Tuesday, we're going to have Lori Brownstone, Jasmine Marcus. Max and Mike is scheduled to be on this week, along with Andrea Simitov and, of course, the great Jim Williams, trying to get Mitchell Bard as well. Quick WNBA standings. Phoenix is in first place. That's all you need to know for that. I was told that there has been a change in soccer, in the game, I should say, in the final game here. 2-1. U.S. is taking the lead. USA on a header from Alex Morgan. Alex Morgan had the first goal, an assist on the second. Wambach had the score there in overtime. U.S. holds on for 17 minutes, and they will be... Joe's hilarious. They will, of course, win the World Cup. So we're hoping that from USA. 17 minutes to go. Hold on tight for that. I was told that the one who scored the goal is the youngest on the team and one of the hottest as well. Like, folks, women's world soccer, if you're not watching it for the looks, there's something wrong with you. All right, that's it. That's going to close our show tonight. God bless and good night.